has the 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today in opposition to H.R. 987, the supposed Strengthening Healthcare and Lowering Prescription Drugs Act. I wish I wasn't giving this speech. As many of my colleagues know, I have a bipartisan track record here in the House. I've been proud to work with many of my Democratic colleagues on a number of issues that impact Kentuckians and people across the country, such as Alzheimer's, the opioid crisis, and workforce development. Last Congress, I had 10 bipartisan bills signed into law and had 2 additional bipartisan bills passed the House. I hope my colleagues on both sides of the aisle know that I take bipartisanship and our responsibility to get things done for our constituents very seriously. That's why I'm extremely disappointed that I will have to vote against 987 today. Wherever I go in my district, I hear from Kentuckians about how drug prices are simply too high. This is an issue that affects everyone, and it's one of the few big issues that these days that Republicans and Democrats can all agree on, and President Trump has made this a priority. As ranking member of the Oversight and Investigation Subcommittee, I have launched with Chair Dana DeGetta of Colorado an investigation on rising insulin prices. I was proud to support bipartisan legislation in the Health Subcommittee and the full Energy and Commerce Committee. Sadly, Mr. Speaker, Democrats have loaded up what was previously a bipartisan drug price legislative bill with political landmines that they know we as Republicans will never support. They have made a bipartisan drug pricing bill into an Obamacare bailout bill. They know that this bill is dead on arrival in the Senate and that President Trump would never sign it. My colleagues are playing games to score cheap political points in the short term at the expense of Americans across the country who are paying too much at the pharmacy counter. Urge my colleagues on the Democratic side not to make lowering drug prices another partisan fight. I'm willing to work with any of my colleagues to fix this problem and urge all of my colleagues to do the same. And I yield back.